Welcome everybody to the Watchlist. Of course, your virtual weekly TV guide here where we review all the shows and movies that get released on streaming. And of course, at the end of the show, we'll let you know what's coming out so you can create your very own watch list. So let's get started with our recommendations for this week. Of course, I'm not alone here. I'm joined by my very lovely, quote unquote, very loosely said that by the way, live from Houston. Our co-host is Senor Jaime, aka Chewy. What up, brother?
Hey, brother, what's going on, man?
Good, man. It's been like Christmas in June, I think, for TV,
A little
man.
bit,
I mean, it's
a
been
little bit.
yeah, it's been a lot, dude. Tons of good TV. I mean, just murders, only murders in the buildings going on, which of course we both love. We had great shows in AMC, which we'll talk about, later on and next week. Whether be this is going to hurt, Dark Winds. It's a current show which I'm enjoying. We'll get to that in a minute. Um, you know, we had Stranger Things, which I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Umbrella Academy, which I thought was
Mm-hmm.
great, and of course, The
The
Boys, which is
boys,
great.
yeah.
And it's one of those where I said last week, and before seeing the finale, The Boys, I thought Stranger Things was my favorite season of TV thus far, and particularly with shows with existing shows, right? Season two beyond, anyway. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Even better than The Boys, and The Boys is great. But it was a photo finish at the race,
At the line.
and by a head, I think the boys pulled away at the end, as far as potentially. It might be a knee jerk reaction because I saw the boys last night a little bit later than most of you guys, I'm sure. But we'll get to that. But before we get to that, I want to talk about a couple of shows that ended. Well, one show besides the boys, which we'll get to in a minute, and that's Dark Winds, which I didn't know it was the last one coming up. I ended up seeing.
Oh, so this episode's the finale. Okay, I haven't
Yeah,
seen it yet.
yeah, yeah. I saw it this morning. I got birds. Hey, put on Dark
Okay.
Winds. Because obviously we're AMC Plus has it a week in
Yeah, we get
advance.
a week ahead than the rest of
Right.
the
We get. I won't.
of the poor people.
Right. Exactly. The other folk get it for free because we're stupid. We like to pay. I don't know. But that being said, yeah, it finishes 6 episode run. I like the 6 run. Nice, short, concise. There is confirmed that season two is coming.
Okay.
But obviously this season's storyline is wrapped up. So
Okay, good.
that's a good note. Good show, man. I really enjoyed it, man. And you'll see why it's 6 episodes when you started. Like, okay, this has to be the end of it. I was watching it like
Okay.
a quarter through. I'm like, oh, this has to be the end. And when I finished it, I read up on it real quick. Okay, it is the end. Good show, man. I really enjoyed it. Really recommend. It's a good kind of cop drama thriller series. Obviously it takes place in the '70s on that Native American soil. Uh, Chewy, just real quick, because you haven't finished seeing it. But what were your thoughts so far? Because I'm really recommending this show. I thought it was really good.
No, I mean, this is one that I mentioned, obviously 5, 6 weeks ago when we first got wind of it. No pun
Uh,
intended.
Kadoom.
Um, but I have enjoyed it, man. I mean, again, it's not a show where you're trying to figure out the mystery. I mean,
Right.
later early on, there's a bank robbery, but they laid out early on what's going on,
Hmm.
and so it's more of the drama of the characters kind of investigating and finding out with the backup that this is on is it Navajo
Yes, Navajo. Yep. Yep.
reservation? Okay, Navajo reservation, right? So it's a little different. Obviously, different rules apply. Excuse me, with regard to crimes and what happens on non-native land versus on native land, and who has jurisdiction and whatnot. And so, but I've enjoyed it. Great acting, great writing, story
Yep.
makes sense, and overall, like I said, I'm surprised that this is the conclusion for the season. I thought it was an 8 episode run, but I'm looking forward to this episode, see how it wraps
Yeah,
up.
I was thinking that too. But once you get started, you're like, okay, this is where we're at. It needs to be
No,
six
and it's
episodes, right?
it's been
Yeah.
it's been going at a pretty fast
No, it
clip,
has.
right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly. And six
yeah.
episodes was perfect for what we get here. It's really good. I really enjoyed
Mm.
this one. A really good recommend. AMC's been doing
Mm.
very well, man. I'm telling you, underrated.
Hey, it was well worth a $20 investment last year. We got an AC Plus for $20 for the year,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
we got it because we wanted, obviously, I wanted to see Ken, which I enjoyed with Charlie Cox and
Mhm.
the Irish gang show. But because we knew that Gangs in New York, yeah, Gangs of London was coming back, and that was one show that we were like goo goo
Yeah,
gaga for. It
we're
was
very
just
hard now. Mhm.
outstanding.
Yeah.
And to some my surprise, when we've been getting show after show after
Yeah,
show
man. I love.
consistently, right?
Yeah,
Every
consistent.
month
Yeah,
they've been putting out something very, very good. I mean, even some surprises in there, and so
absolutely.
I was like,
Yeah.
hey man, well
Yes.
worth my twenty
Yeah,
dollars.
AMC, and we'll talk about one show next week. It's ending,
Mm-hmm.
and then one later on today. But yeah, AMC's been on a really good roll, man. If you guys get it for cheap, I think it's well worth it. without
And
question.
I'm glad because they've gotten out of the Walking Dead
Thank God. Yes.
pigeonhole, right?
Yeah.
Where it was everything they did was Walking Dead related.
Yeah.
Tales of the Walking Dead,
Annoying.
Survive the Walking
Fear the
Dead.
Walking
Yeah,
Dead, and oh my
yeah.
God,
Oh,
it's just
I know, like I know
nonsense.
they're trying to milk that. Well, obviously they milked it for the cash. Yeah, but I
I
think
get
they
it.
put that cash to good
I
use
get it.
in other properties
Yeah.
and other type of shows, which okay,
Yeah,
glad to
and it's
see.
a good. They have a good variety of shows. Now, the shows are similar.
Mm-hmm.
Where you got like the medical dramas. You got something like this.
Mm-hmm.
We got science fiction. We'll get to in a minute.
Western, yeah.
Actually, a lot of cool stuff here. So yeah, absolutely. Good kudos to them. Really good show. I really enjoyed this a lot. I think it's a really one you guys should watch. But let's get to it real quick. We won't spend too much time. We want to keep this boys spoiler free for obvious reasons. But
Well, hold on, but
oh,
before that, we have an in memoriam?
is there a memoriam? I missed an in memoriam.
Yes,
Who got axed?
there is.
Oh,
Goodbye, Black
you know
Noir.
what? I didn't even think about doing that. You're absolutely
We
right.
loved you. We missed you. We
Yeah,
hardly knew you.
Mr. Noir, a man of few
Peace out.
words. What is it? Keep quiet. What is it? Keep silent and carry big stick, as the old saying
Yeah,
goes.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he personified that. Yeah, Black Noir, we love you, man. But yeah, yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, so the boys was so much a spoiler free. Let's keep the rest spoiler free here. But the boys, right? Eight episode run, and like I said, for me, this last episode was really great. It ended well, closed a lot of storylines, and I guess open up new ones, which you always have to do. And again, I think this one just slid past Stranger Things by a little bit, by a hair. I can go back and forth on that, right? But that being said, man, this may be the boys' best season as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. Chewy,
No, definitely, I would definitely agree because it had the only thing that it was missing is as compared to last season was that emotional impact on that last episode. But they kind
excuse
of
me.
spread out the emotion and character development
Yes,
throughout the season, rather than saving it to the end. So
exactly,
potato,
exactly.
potato. I don't know, it's been a little bit divisive between the fans as far as what happened and who died and who didn't die, blah blah blah, whatever. I think within the context of the story, it makes sense for the most part. I think my favorite things was definitely with this season was heavy into the honestly one of my favorite characters, Mother's Milk,
Oh,
his backstory
mm-hmm.
and his explaining what happened to him, his idiosyncrasies, he's always constantly cleaning and doing things, and so they kind of explained that slowly,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a big emotional impact with that because that was all around his daughter, and obviously we got a little Black Noir backstory because he can't talk, so it was done in a very
Very
creative
creative, yeah,
and interesting way
yeah,
how we got that, cartoon like.
yeah.
But overall, I mean, like I said, the action was great. We had great fights. We had, I mean, blood, gore, guts. Where
Of
you think
course.
they can't, you can't supersede the previous season. What do? They absolutely do. They go above and beyond to the nth degree. And I'm trying to see what they're gonna do for season four.
I
How
can't
can they
wait for
top
season
that?
four, man. But yeah, and that's what the show does well, right? As for something like Stranger Things, Umbrella Academy,
Mm,
right? There's always a focus on the characters. But action's cool, and we love to see that in the blood. Of course, who doesn't? But that's not there to distract you, right? It's just to enhance the experience. But really, it's always the characters. They go back to all
mm.
these characters, and they all have
Billy
emotional beats. The
Butcher
Butcher,
and yeah,
Frenchie, I forgot what's her face,
Sagrilla,
whatever. Huey, of course,
Kamiko.
Starlight.
Oh, you, of
Yeah,
course, yeah.
yeah. I mean, all these beats that hit, man, and yeah, and Homelander, it's awesome. I mean,
I mean
what are you gonna say?
that
Last
last scene,
scene.
I was like, oh Jesus
Yeah, I mean, this show
Christ.
does a good
Yeah.
job of really holding American society, right? So it kind of does, and it's so relevant. I think it's great writing. It really is such a good show, and you don't expect that of a superhero show for the most part. Man, yeah,
Mm.
this is great. It sucks. It's only eight. I wish it was like 12 episodes, 16, for all I
Yeah,
care.
give me
Give
13.
me,
Yeah.
give me a 427 like the old days, But yeah, so obviously season four is being filmed. That's obviously coming back. But yeah, just a great season. It was such great television. Um, that being said, here, let's continue. I'm gonna start with now, my feelings for this will be known up front. We're gonna start with the bad. Okay, then I'm gonna get this out of the way
Oh,
before we move in.
Boo.
Boo bitch on
Bye, bitch.
Netflix. Yes,
Bye, bitch.
bye bitch. Yeah, listen,
It is a terrible show.
this
It is
yeah,
a terrible,
it's
terrible show.
terrible, awful. This is one I said last week, short lease, and boy, I gave it one episode. It's awful. Maybe I'm not the demographic. You and I, Chewy. It's just obviously meant for a
Maybe
younger
not.
crowd. I don't know, but let's try to be something like Mean Girls. The Mean Girls, I think, hits every demographic. I love Mean Girls. It's
Mhm.
funny, right? this tries to be something like that and it fails miserably. This girl, and real quick, she this couple high school or senior year, and the kind of outcast socially, the horizon, and attempts to kind of get back in the good graces of social acceptance. When they're at the apex of their popularity, at least beginning anyway, one of them dies. And the premise of the show is that she's dead, but people can still see her, I guess, and now she's got to figure out why she's there and whatever. Nonsense. The show is heart garbage. Nothing works at all, dude. Awful. Awful. Don't watch it. If you're a teenager, you got young kids, fine, I guess. I mean, like I said, maybe they don't enjoy it too. I don't know. It's just dumb.
It's just not funny.
It's a waste of
just
fucking
not.
time. Yeah, it's horrible. It's really
And
bad.
it's funny because when I clicked it on, it said limited series. Okay, well, good because this doesn't deserve any more. And I'm surprised it got the one season.
It
So
should have been
ridiculous.
limited to 5 minutes. Give me a short story or something. I don't know. Call it a day. Bye, bitch. Not good. Moving on. Out of the way. Let's cleanse the palate.
Next,
Let's cleanse the palate. Let's go here. So let's go with a documentary that I'm not sure if you watched, but you want to wherever it coming out. I mentioned it last week on Netflix. The Girl in the Picture. Did you see that one by the way or no?
no, I did
Yeah.
not.
So this one it was a docu film, right? It's a nice series, about an hour and a half. Really good, man. It's crazy, dark, and just about this woman, I guess 20-year-old who was found on the side of the street back in I think 80s or 90s, whatever the case is. She was an exotic dancer. They found her. She's at the hospital dying, and I guess the husband comes in for like a few minutes, leaves, and the girl ends up dying. And I guess the people who knew her, or some of the dancers at the club, when they go try to tell her family and all that, discover that the girl's name is not the right name. So they have no idea who this girl is. So an investigation ensues, and you fight digging deep until, oh my God, she had a son. The son is in a foster care. The father, the husband, I'm sorry, may actually have been the father to some degree, and he impregnated her, and it just goes. It's a really crazy story and what happens and the story behind that. It's fascinating and who her true identity really was. Very cool, very well made. High recommend for me on that Girl in the Picture on Netflix documentary. It's dark, it's not for the faint of heart. The subject matter is dark and probably maddening at the same time. That's a good thing sometimes, right? To kind of get you emotionally involved. Like, man, damn, really good. That was really good. It's a high recommend for me. This is a show. Next show, Amazon Prime, is one that you advised me to watch this weekend. Bang Bang Baby. Amazon Prime. This is an Italian show, if I'm not mistaken. Scusi. I guess I've seen it. So I got a chance to see 2 episodes. I want to give at least 2. I forced myself to watch another one just despite time. A young girl, I guess, whose father died, and she finds out that he's not really dead. And she digs deeper. I guess the father, their family is, I guess, I don't say mafia might be the right word, but definitely.
No, it's mafia. It's a
I guess
mafia
it's
family.
mafia. I guess, yes, and not mafia in the way
It's in Italy, so
it is. It's not the way we see
mob.
mafia sometimes and portrayed.
The Barone family.
Right. So definitely into crime and all that, and I guess eventually, based on the first scene, she gets involved in that, right? I guess, and it's interesting. This girl has a unique perspective on how she sees things at certain times, which is kind of interesting.
Well, yes, it's because this takes place in '86, so
Yeah.
obviously it's a heavy '80s, mid '80s flair and feel to it. With obviously the music, we got a little of George Michael, we have Flock of Seagulls, obviously the classic '80s music and whatnot. But also TV shows. There's a couple episodes where they make references to the Incredible Hulk, the original Incredible Hulk, and some sitcoms and whatnot. And so they tell the story, but it's from her perspective. It's a very '80s way, right? I think I'm not sure if the second episode or third episode they start out like a traditional American sitcom,
A second episode,
right?
Yeah,
I think it's kind of like like Different Strokes or Silver Spoons type of those intros and the characters, and they kind of ended that way. So each episode's a little different feel and it's unique, right? And that flair. But the base story is about her father, the mobbed up family, right? Murder happens. 2 families are fighting, trying to get to the truth. The daughter wants to reconnect with her dad, who she thought was dead. It's been the reason I'll spoil it. The reason why the mom wanted her out, didn't want to be part of the family, so they basically set up that he died. Therefore, his mom and the daughter could go to another city. And then she kind of finds out that he was alive after all this time. He's in jail. He gets in trouble. He's trying to help him. So she's skirting that line between good and evil, right? Helping family, but trying not to get too deep. But she gets right into it, and so I've enjoyed it. Right, I watch it in Italian. with the
Yeah, of
subtitles.
course. Yeah.
But it's a good watch, man. It was like a
Yeah,
surprising
it's solid.
find on Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's solid. I'm not saying I'm loving it, but it's good. It's solid. I want to kind of see where this goes.
Hmm.
But it's good so far. It's entertaining. Yeah, I watched the first episode dubbed because I was working on something, so I couldn't have time to read. But
Okay.
that doesn't work. Put in Italian. If you're gonna watch it, it's okay. Subtitles, y'all can read it. So it's fine. Good show. I'm enjoying it. I like, I guess the unique presentation of it. It's interesting. So I
Hmm.
kind of want to see
Hmm.
where this goes. It's done enough to get me to go. I think it's eight episodes total, maybe 10,
Yes, that's
8 or 10.
correct. Hey.
And again, all released already on Amazon. So yeah, a good watch. Good call on that one, Chewy. This next one, let's go back to AMC Plus, right? This is their release this week, and they've been on a roll. We got Moonhaven. This is a sci-fi, so something again a little bit different than what we see from AMC. It's kind of this is what 300 years in the future, I believe,
Uh,
or they
uh,
say three generations, whatever that's worth. It was in a couple hundred years, maybe. I know it's a couple hundred years. It's 22. It's 2205. I think the year, something like
yes,
that.
yes.
So yeah, the Earth, of course, we've seen it before. It's bad shape and the people and all that. So they created a society in the moon to help develop technology to assist the Earth, right? So it's taking generations to get that going. They've kind of like created a world on the moon,
Well,
a
that
society
was
on
the
the moon.
society. They
Yeah,
created an artificial intelligence
right. To
to found a
monitor,
society.
right.
Yeah, to the society, so they could use that intelligence to basically solve what's happening on the Earth, right?
Right.
But it's a learning intelligence. So obviously it took time to
Right. Studies. Yeah.
figure out
Studies
our,
the human.
our idiosyncrasies and
Right.
nuances, our history. Yeah.
Kind of helps guide them, et cetera, et cetera. But this is a quote unquote utopian society, of course, and now their task, now the plan's already set in place where they're gonna have a few of them go back and start teaching Earth their techniques or whatever, right? There's new ways of living. They're very serene society, except for the fact that someone got killed. Go figure. So now obviously the mystery comes up, and it's just not just simple murder. There's always more behind, right? It's conspiracy and et cetera, et cetera. And we got these two, and I use this term very loosely, detectives. I guess their version of detectives in that world because they're actually seeing this kind of stuff. First of all, one of them is Kadeem Harrison. Come on, bro. The man's got to eat. He's eating a sizzler. If y'all know who Kadeem Harrison is, White Man Can't Jump. He's going to sizzler even in the future.
And the Cosby
Yeah,
Show
and the Cosby
and
Show, different world,
what was that college one?
different,
Yeah,
yeah.
different
So it's been
world.
a
Yeah,
while. You don't
that's
see
right.
him. So it's good to have him eating again, of course, and his partner, the guy from Lord of the Rings. I forget his name.
Hmm.
One of the hobbits. But yeah, so yeah, Chewie, start us off. What do you think about this one?
Um, I'm interested. I am interested. It's obviously there's a lot of world building and information thrown at you to kind of bring you up to speed on what's going on, right? It's heavily focused on what's going on in the move, but obviously the nefarious elements underneath is what you're trying to learn that at the same time as they're trying to figure out what's going on, right? It starts with the simple murder, we think, but then it quickly escalates to the envoy that comes to the moon from Earth, the Joe Manganiello character, which I'm not sure what his role is in all this.
He's an advisor, or
Um,
well, I guess some
I
like a
don't know, security advisor, but he's
secret service
involved.
kind
He
of
is
guy to one
involved.
of the
Yes,
ambassadors, whoever
yes,
goes to the moon. To, yeah.
exactly. And what is the true purpose of this artificial intelligence? Also, that starts playing heavily, especially in episode 2 and
Yeah.
beyond, with recorded messages and you start learning more and more of what's happening, how they plan to take what they have here and bring it to Earth, and why they're so gung ho to bring it over so quickly, and the various factions trying to fight them, I guess, against it. But I'm enjoying it. Like I said, it's good, entertaining watch. For 2 episodes drop, and so we'll see how it goes from
Yeah,
here.
like I said, I'm liking it. It's good. It's solid. It's really this is really pure sci-fi, which I like.
Mm.
Not just a sci-fi backdrop, right? They're diving into the AI and these new ways of life and et cetera, et cetera. It's good. It's entertaining so far. The second episode was a little bit slow, but it ended really well, right? Like okay, it kind of opened the doors to like we know what we kind of thought was something was going on bigger than what it was, and that's been confirmed. Interesting. I enjoyed it. It's a good watch. I'm not loving the show, but it's good, and I think it's a show that can get better. So I'm gonna keep watching it. But I
Hmm.
do recommend it if you like good sci-fi. I'm enjoying it. You don't get a whole lot of good sci-fi out there much anyway. Let's be honest. So kudos to AMC, right? Talk about the variety of shows that they're giving us. So I'm gonna consider this a win for them for now. We'll probably circle back on this when it ends. I think I know it's 6, 8 episodes, however long that is. But it's good. Solid watch. I'm enjoying that one. La Noche Más Larga, the longest night for those bilingually challenged. Netflix, a new show from Spain, a Spanish show, and I like a lot of stuff that they do in terms of foreign filmmaking shows, Spain's one of the top ones with Korea, of course. This one here is about we have this serial killer, notorious, called the Alligator, I guess, and he gets caught finally, and he gets sent to this, I guess, psychological whatever institute or whatever. I guess it's a jail, but for the crazies. Uh,
Well, he's supposed to be transferred to heavy
right, maximum security.
maximum security,
Right.
but someone's pulling
He's
strings
well
and
connected, this guy.
basically arranged. Yeah, they arranged to take him to this insane penitentiary just for one night because then they can transfer him over. But not but that was obviously all staged because someone is trying to get him out.
Well,
I think.
yeah, someone's trying to get him out, but not in the way I thought they were trying to get him out. I thought this
Yes.
someone they're going to break in and have him escape, but this guy's just whatever this mysterious group comes in, guns blazing, and they want this guy to prevent him from doing something. They're trying to kill him, so they're not breaking him off to set him free per se, which is a nice twist. Since I thought that's exactly what we were going to get here, and it's not. So now we have the warden, and the small group of guards that are in there trying to fend them off. And at the same time, for reasons I won't spoil, the warden has to really protect. He can't just give him up, right? His family's involved. And I'll leave it at that, but there's reasons why he's helping him out, and that's a little twist to that. Of course, now you get the...
Well, but and there's more to it because as we progress through the episodes, there's you kind of find out there's some factions, because if you remember the first episode, there was a couple of guys, look like government guys. They find out that he's captured, and one of the guys drives off and kills himself. So there's obviously some
right. There's something going on, right? At high level, exactly.
Yes.
We don't know what it is. Yeah,
exactly.
I haven't said it yet, but the guy that serial killer knew what was going on, right? And that's why he set up a lot of what was happening.
He was
right?
smiling the whole
right,
time.
So he kind of...
I think he had info on people, got set up, got connected with the right people, and so obviously, Scoop is trying to get him to kill him. But maybe to prevent him from speaking or talking,
right,
or get up, or he's also trying. But the guy's also trying to set things up to get out as well. Right? He wants to be free.
Of course, yeah. So there's a lot of things going on, and then now they have the nuts trying to run the asylum. Right now that they're taking advantage. It's okay, now it's our turn to shine. So now they're getting involved for their own personal reasons. So a lot of stuff's going on here, and it's good, man. It's obviously it's going to take place in one night. Hence the title. But I'm enjoying it, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not loving this show. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. But it's good. It's fun because there's a lot happening. But everything is giving its right time, right? They're not just throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Everything's making sense. I'm enjoying it, Chewy.
No, I am enjoying it. Like I said, this is one that I was looking forward to. It's an interesting premise. I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah, it's a good premise.
It's got one of the actors you'll recognize from Narcos.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He played one of the. No, I'm sorry. No, not Narcos Mexico. I'm sorry. He was Narcos.
Oh, the regular.
He was with the Rodriguez brothers, yes. Right? He was the guy warning things in Mexico and coming back to Cali and whatnot.
He's playing the warden, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's
That's
good.
correct.
It's entertaining. It's very well paced. I'm like, it's just kind of it reminds me a little bit of 24, kind of. Just because the one night kind of thing and everything's happening kind of real time. So good show. I'm enjoying it, man. This is one I'm recommending and all that. So absolutely. This next one here, this is the one. This was the main course, right? Is one I was looking forward to because Apple Plus, duh. They've been killing it as well. In the same vein as AMC, but probably even better. And that's Blackbird. We got Taron Egerton, of course, who I like a lot from Kingsman and Rocket Man, for example. Based on a true story, right? True, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, inspired by true events.
Whatever, tomatoes.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means, but obviously, whatever. But we have Edgerton's character is he's a drug dealer essentially. He gets caught. He's given 10 years, but now he's got opportunity to kind of recant his whole time in jail.
Let me tell you, dude. He looks so jacked.
He's jacked. I mean,
like wow.
Listen, I don't hate dude. I said good for him because he looks. Damn, he's chiseled.
I mean, in Kingsman, he was little kid, whatever, not much good. And I see him come out, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
He's ripped. I was like, wow, okay, damn, he's ripped. I mean, he was in the show. He's a former athlete, football player, so that will make sense. But yeah, I was like, Jesus, good for him, man. Good, kudos to you, man. But yeah, he's so he obviously took to get his sentence recanted or renounced. He has opportunity to they offer him opportunity to go to this maximum security mental institution / jail, right? The heavy hitters are there, very dangerous, to kind of befriend this serial killer, try to get information on him because this situation arises. I'm not gonna spoil it, where he's probably gonna get off, right, and get released, which is gonna lead to more murder. So the DA doesn't want that to happen, so they use him, and he volunteers to do so, and it's very dangerous apparently. And yeah, dude, good stuff here, man. I'm really
No man,
liking this show.
great,
Yeah,
great drama. I
yeah,
mean, I was like, oh, only two episodes. I was like, damn.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and we also have Ray
Ray
Liotta.
Liotta,
We have
the
Greg
late great,
Kinnear
great Kinnear.
as well.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
good
late
cast.
great Ray Liotta, Greg Kinnear. Solid cast all around. Interesting story. But and it's not, and it's told in a obviously a unique way,
Yep.
right? Where we have the events going on with Tarek character, right? As far as him trying to make the deal, him offering the deal, deciding what to do, right? His father's sick. He can't wait 10 years for him to come out. He's trying to get out. The original deal, he got screwed over. He said he agreed to 5 years, and the judge gave him 10, right? So, so this kind of led a part of him making that decision. But the we get a flashback with the great Kinnear. He's one of the lead investigators, uncovered one of the girls murdered, and so we get flashbacks of how trying to get this guy and discovering he was a serial killer and everything going on and the back and forth of courts, getting things tossed out, which is kind of obviously leading to, okay, they need a confession. They need more information to get this guy because everything they have is being tossed out because they think he was coerced. They think he's not mentally cognizant. And obviously, it's, he is, but, he does certain things for the judge to say, no, he's not.
Right.
Right. But even though he's a very smart individual, but obviously he knows how to work the system essentially.
Exactly. He's very good, by the way.
With a lot of these, I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's in a dream. I don't know. You guys drove me around.
He's very creepy.
And
Yeah, he got
so
that kind of childlike
yes,
manner about him, but you can tell
yes,
there's more going on there.
yes.
He's I mean, he's really good. But yeah, yeah, and it ends off, I guess, that storyline, and then now they're kind of converging. Now we're kind of moving forward with both now that he's
Mm-hmm.
been captured.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really good show, man. Good stuff on Apple Plus. This looks like it might be a must watch. By the end of it, we'll find out. It's a limited series, right? I believe so. I'm pretty sure it is.
don't know.
I think I heard that. By the
Probably.
way, yeah, 2 episodes drop. Very good, man. Good for Apple Plus. Hitting it again. Hitting it. This is really good. And Edgerton is great in it. Again, everyone comes to play. I love Ray Liotta. It sucks that he's gone. But him playing the father, we've seen him kind of do that before with Johnny Depp in Blow. The same kind of similar kind of role.
That's right.
But yeah,
That's right.
very good show, man. Yeah, absolutely great show. I'll rephrase. Yeah, really good watch. If you guys have Apple Plus, this one's on the list. Absolutely on the list. Really good. Look, this one I'm sure we'll be talking about in 4 or 5 weeks whenever it finally ends. Absolutely. Next week, let's see what's on the table here. A lot of stuff this week. I'm not sure if it's good, but we do have at least one great show. I know it's already a must watch as it is. That's not going to change. This Monday, we got part 2 of the finale season of Better Call Saul. I think it's another 5-6 episode run. I don't know.
6 episodes to wrap
we
it
got
up.
the first 7 a couple of months ago with really killer ending. Pun intended, of course. R.I.P. Howard for those fans of the show. Not much to say. We know we're going to watch the show. We'll talk about it.
You know what you're
You know
gonna
what you're
get.
going to get. It's going to be great starting again on the 11th. Probably ends mid-August. I have the 11th, but it's actually on I believe on the 12th. The date might be wrong. I apologize. We have a show in Spanish called Malnacidos, or the Valley of the Death is what I think in English, the English title. It's a Spanish.
Yeah, sure. Is that a
It's a
movie?
movie. It's a movie.
Okay.
And listen, I'm all about Nazis and getting the comeuppance. I'll watch it all day long. But even more so when the Nazis comeuppance are the zombies. I mean, hello, Nazis comeuppance, zombies. I'm all
Speaking
over
of The
this.
Walking Dead.
I'm all over this. So that drops. I think it's the 12th or 13th. My party is in the date. But I'm looking for it. It's a film. It's probably gonna be bad. It's Spanish though, so in Spain. So okay, that they give me some hope. Just zombies, come on, I'm all over it. So we'll watch that one. This next one on the 13th, a docuseries, DB Cooper. Where are you, Chewie? This looks interesting because it's the infamous, I guess, thief robbery, right? In a plane.
I say heist, but it was basically it was a hostage situation. So give me money, I'll release the hostages type. Plane goes in the air. He supposedly jumps out of midair with a parachute, and is never heard or seen from ever again. And it's been, I guess, in kind of in criminal lore, who this guy was, how he pulled this off, and whatever happened to him. Right? It's one of the big mysteries in U.S. criminal history.
Yeah, this is an infamous one. So yeah, absolutely, people in the know, like DB Cooper. I know youngins probably don't know what the hell he is. That being said, this looks interesting. I know there's been documentaries on him before. It's not the first time.
No,
right? With
no.
Netflix, we love Netflix docs. So yeah, looking forward to that one. After that, on the 13th, this is good or bad, I don't know. We got a new series. I'm a fan of the character, and that's Kung Fu Panda. Jack Black reprising that role. Series coming out, animated. I like the first two. Third one was not good. It's a series though, so whatever. I'm gonna give it a shot. What the hell, right? It's probably 30 minutes. It's not gonna be a long, so I'll give it a shot. Short leash, not Boobich leash, but just a regular short leash. Boobich had 15 minutes in that film. This has an episode at least, or 2 episodes maybe. So that's on the 13th. Same day on Hulu. I don't watch this one. I thought it was okay. It's not as bad. Just never got around to go back and watching it. And the creators of Rick and Morty, of course, Solar Opposites. True, I know you're a fan of this one, and looking forward to
Yeah,
season
yeah,
three.
I am.
Right, I think season
Season
three.
three.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, Hulu,
Yes.
and then the last one. Talk about short leashes, guys. Boobage level short leashes. Resident Evil, the new series, and I say it's because listen, and I had a conversation with a couple of guys. I was watching a movie this week, and we got into TV shows, and somebody I knew, he's a critic, and he actually seen this. I don't trust his opinion sometimes, but it wasn't very favorable for whatever that's worth. But that being said, listen, have we ever gotten aside from video games, a good Resident Evil project? No. So I got to go with the trend.
And they tried, and they
They
have
tried.
tried. I mean, how many? For something that hasn't been good, how many Resident Evil, Resident Aliens, whatever, Resident whatever movies have we got? I've lost track
Oh
of
my
what
god!
number
I
we're
think
at
it
now.
was 4 or 5. I don't know. We got the animated versions. It came out. I animated come on recently on
I'm
Netflix.
just talking about the live
Yeah, but
action ones
even
with Mila
animation hasn't been that
Jovovich.
good. The last one was, you know,
Okay, well, yeah, but I mean, we've had at least six, seven. I mean, I
at
lost track of
least
how many different movies we've had,
this
man.
thing is like
Um,
it's like that my god, Lifetime Criminal that just keeps getting off. It's like, oh, hey, convict this guy already. How many robberies do you need? And he was after hurt here. I mean, so it's like he's chance after chance after. I mean, God, it whatever. Listen, I'm gonna give it a shot because it's zombies. It's not Nazi zombies per
it's
se, but it's still
series.
zombies.
It's a series. Yeah, it's a series. Let's see if they can, maybe do a better job than the
Yeah,
original
maybe.
movie.
Listen,
I don't
the
know.
trend's gotta change at some point. Law of averages, right? You gotta hit at least once, right?
Law,
The sun
well,
shines
there's
on a
also
dog, right?
a law of diminishing returns too, dude. So,
I know, but I don't know what. Look, fingers crossed. But yeah, it's Boobich level leash, so
all right,
I'm gonna give it a shot.
we'll
It's the
see.
only show coming out on Friday, so it's kind of everything's kind of spread out, which I always like. So whatever, so I can get to watch most of the stuff and finish off some of the other shows we'll be talking about soon. Shows like Oh Man, this is gonna hurt, and et cetera, et cetera. So, but yeah, Chewy, so them's the list for next week. But
Oh,
oh,
we didn't talk about the ending of Umbrella Academy because we didn't talk about it last week because I haven't finished it yet.
okay, sure, we can do that. Why not? Real quick, we'll end off with that. Chewy, I mean, I would say okay, I really liked, and the first 3 4 episodes were good. I was like, okay, but then I think like 5 on, I was like, oh man, this is a good level TV. Right, go back to characters and good stuff, and I like the ending. I don't want to spoil anything, but Chewy, your thoughts on the show?
Well, that's kind of cool. Well, I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it. This is one I watched with my son. He's been a big fan since day one. We love the humor, the music. Obviously, that's been a key trait of this show. With the original Footloose dance sequence.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't know if obviously when you look back at the 3 seasons as a whole without spoiling, this was all part of the plan.
Yeah.
At least Mr. Hargreaves' plan, right? So this was by no accident. And now we understand how the Academy or either Sparrow or Umbrella came about and what was the ultimate purpose. And so it's very nefarious. um, Cliffhanger ending because we don't know who, there's certain characters that are missing at the end and we don't know what happened to them or if they even exist because we've gone into where this show has been heavily reliant on time travel, right? The first season we had number 5 go forward in time and see what happened and then finally figure a way to get back to try to undo it. Went back in time in season 2 and screwed everything up even more. Screwed that up, and when they fixed it, it wasn't fixed because they interacted with certain characters that changed what their forward history was going to be, right? And then we get to this season where ultimately again we're trying to hit a reset on the show and how that comes about. But again, the Klaus characters, all the characters are
I
great.
love Klaus.
I
God, so
mean,
good.
it, yeah. Even I mean, even at the end, there's that moment with number one, the umbrella number one, right?
Mhm.
Luther, where you got to feel for him right at the end, right? Because you know we're seeing the end of the world, and we get to a new place, and it's not what he, there's something missing.
Right. Yeah. I don't
I
want to say,
can't
it, but
give
yeah,
it
there's
away.
something there that,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's something
that didn't
missing,
transfer over.
and so you feel
Yeah.
for him. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Um,
yeah, I don't want to say anything, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
the Ben character, man, what a God.
that's the
He's not
worst.
the Ben you know from season one
No,
and two, dude. That's for
he's such a
sure.
pain in the ass.
It's a complete
Yeah, it's
180,
such a pain
right?
in the ass. And
Uh,
it's a show where like with boys and Stranger Things, right? We kept talking about it's all about characters, right? And this
mhm.
show, maybe even more in those two, really always hones in on that, right? And because yeah, it's end of the world stakes and et cetera, but they're always focusing on the dysfunctionality of this family, these odd
Yeah,
relationships
yeah.
that
I mean, you
work,
got
right?
daddy
Yeah,
issues, you have family issues, dysfunctional family,
abandonment, what you name it.
rivalry, yeah, rivalries galore. Power trips. It's they bring in everything under the sun and do it in a very entertaining and a very
And it's
compelling
one.
way. And that's what I
I'll
enjoy.
mention this because a lot of shows, even one, I'm like something like Miss Marvel, I just threw out there. But a lot of shows commit this sin, right? The second to last episode to give us backstory or give us an episode which kind of slows things down. A lot of shows do that, and it's annoying. You want to set up the finale, right? Not snores into the finale. Essentially, this episode 8 here, the wedding episode, which slows things down
8 or
in a
9?
good way. It's
Because I
eight.
thought it
It's
was
not.
10
No,
episodes.
trust me, it's 8. It's there's 10
Oh.
episodes.
Oh, no, no. Okay, yeah, because okay,
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
right.
So episode 9 is a wedding episode. I'll leave it at that. But what doesn't progress the story, but it focuses so much on the characters and everything's there. And what a great episode it was. And that's what you do it. Episode 8. So then 9 you get back on track, and then finish it off at 10, the third act. But really good 8th episode. I really like that one. For as much as the story didn't progress, so good character beats come out in this one, and it was a good like juxtaposition with the end of the world with this happy situation, right? Isolated. Everyone's kind of in that different kind of mode. A lot of feelings get addressed. Really cool episode, but they did it right. You do it early. Don't wait till the damn end and ruin the momentum of getting to the finale. So, but really well done. Really great show, man. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's not Stranger Things. It's not The Boys. Um, it's up there though, no question. It's still a must watch. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, absolutely, yeah. Season
Absolutely.
4, bring it
Absolutely.
on. Obviously, it's coming. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be shocked if it didn't. If I do it in memoriam with that show, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah, no.
No, it's really good. Very enjoyable. With that being said, Chewy, there's the list for the week. If you guys enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe, like. We'll be back here next week, of course, reviewing. Let's see if the leash for Resident Evil is extended or not. I got a feeling it's not. Who we kidding here?
Boo, bitch.
Oh, stupid boo bitch. Almost ruining the week. Thank God for Blackbird and all to kind of bring us back up, man.
Amen.
I didn't want to end on the boo bitch no, that's for sure. Cause I think I watched that one first on purpose on Fridays and make it this out of the way. It's like, okay, good, out of the way. Let's go. The longest night and Blackbird and all that. But yeah, so there we go. So again, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.